had to mix it up a little bit. I'm feeling a little manic. So I did my hair, and I put on a yellow shirt, and I love my pink pillows. I'm going to touch briefly. I can't go into everything. You'll have to buy the book for that, which I've already sent out to so many agents, which is somewhat delusional of me to think that I could publish a book at 27, but hey, you know, other things have been done. Chris Crocker, you know, got a freaking TV show after YouTube. So whatever, I'll try for these things, right? Right. So I was in LA and it was time to go home. I went home to Portland and I was like, fuck. I mean, I was the arts and entertainment editor. I was going to concerts down in LA. I was going to art exhibits. I was writing all the time. I was just writing and doing things and driving and going places and drinking and partying and never sleeping. And God, Portland was so boring. There was nothing to do. All my friends had come back from Ivy League colleges and they were so fucking boring to me because all they wanted to talk about was philosophy and just shit. They wanted to just talk about what they had learned at college. And I'm like, you guys, you know, even then I had some insight. What we learn in college is not all what we learn in the classroom. It's about what we learn about ourselves when we go away from home and who we become. And yeah, I probably got farther away from the true self than ever, but God, I had a fucking fun time. I mean, I was manic as hell, but you know, sometimes when you're manic, and all bipolar people will say this, not all, but most will say when they were manic, they might regret some of the things that they did, but they were having a fucking fun time while they did them. And I must say I've had some of the best times while being manic. But then it goes too far. And I came home and it was going too far. I decided, since my boyfriend in LA had tried ecstasy, I never did it. I held off. I had morals. I had ethics. I had rationality. But oh no, when I came back to Portland, it was summer and it was August of 1999 and I was just at an all-time high. And I was willing to take risks. So I went to a rave with a girl that I didn't even know. I just knew she would be down to go with me. I just met her at some party. Anyways, we go to this rave. I get ecstasy from some candy raver, whatever, somebody that gives it out for free, or I might have paid for it. Went into the bathroom, took this tablet, and all of a sudden I was feeling great. Better than I had ever felt before. I could do a whole book on ecstasy. I could, you know, talk a lot of it about that, but I don't want to glorify it. It's a very, very bad drug. And while I might have had a very, very good time on it, it really exacerbated my condition. And I fell in love with somebody that was there just because I saw them dance and I felt that we had some sort of connection, some cosmic connection. My ideas were just starting to get really grandiose, really to the sense where I felt a universal unconscious. A collective unconscious, not in the Jungian sense, but I'm saying I felt I was connected to everybody and everything. And I started to know what people were thinking. This drug, I had heard it led to greater insight into other people. Well, I took that to a whole new level and I started thinking I was telepathic. I could read other people's minds. So this just escalated. I go to a rave in Seattle. I do ecstasy again. I get it from people I don't know. I did it twice in one night. I look like hell. I just look like hell. And I'm just, oh, the next day I don't even know what to do. I'm so burnt out from the ecstasy. My neurons are fried. I tried to go shopping and I got up to the cashier and I didn't know what to do. So I turned around, dumped my stuff and left and went home and tried to pass it off to my parents as if I was sleeping. They knew something was up. They knew something was up. But, you know, parents are afraid to intervene. They're afraid to say something. And my parents, they were clueless. I don't know. I was their first child. They didn't know what to do with me. They thought I was a good girl, so they probably just thought I was sick or tired. Right. Right. You know, read those drug manuals or whatever, you know. Be aware with what's up with your kids. So then there was another night where I tried ecstasy with my friend Matt and we were in his Jeep Cherokee, and this night I went completely bonkers. I thought there was so much to be said about this night because we were finishing each other's sentences and we didn't even know each other. I had a major crush on this guy in high school, but he was very mean to me. He was one of the popular ones at this Catholic high school that I went to for 2 years, and I was a dork, and he made fun of me. I mean, don't ask why I had an obsession with him, but I did, and this was my night, and I got to hang out with him because I was using E and so was he, and we were cool. We were cooler than everybody else, and I was wearing my Jinko pants and my raver stuff. And anyways, I thought the CIA was intercepting the radio we were listening to because I liked all the songs on the radio, so therefore, you know. And I thought I concocted the scheme that we were in some sort of CIA experiment because him and I had such a bond. Not sexually. We didn't even touch each other. I'm talking about emotionally and spiritually. I felt such a bond with this guy. I felt like we were so special. I thought we were the smartest people in the universe. And I thought we were in a CIA experiment and they were going to send us off. They were watching us and monitoring us, and they had found out about us and what we were doing. And there were cameras everywhere. Cameras watching me and him everywhere. And I told him about this later. But oops, I kept it a secret for quite some time. And after this night ended, I called him all the time. I was obsessed with him. And I think he was a little bonkers too, so he thought since he was dealing drugs that maybe the CIA was after him. And he just let me go. And pretty soon, I ended up at Oregon Health Sciences University in room number 6 in the psych ward. Real quick, I went to a party one night and my thoughts had just gone crazy, gone off the wall. I held a note in my hand that was an invite to a party from my parents. I later found this out as I read it, but I thought it was a secret note from the CIA telling me a safe place where I should go so they could intercept and they could intervene and put me on the space shuttle to outer space so I could breed a whole new race of people with this friend Matt. Because we were superior beings. Don't you understand? I was the superior being. You nod, and you say yes. Because you understand what that feels like. To think that you're the Messiah, you are God, you are better than everyone, you can move things, you're telepathic. Well, that was the state I was in when I ended up in room number 6, because the night before I was with my sister and I ran out onto the street, chasing a CIA van that was not there, yelling at the van that they need to stop following me. I was going crazy with their monitoring and censoring of my biological rhythms of my heart and my cortisol levels, and I thought everything was being monitored by them, and I got claustrophobic in their presence. So I was running outside. I don't even know if I had clothes on. Hell, I could have been naked for all I cared. I didn't care. At that point, I didn't care, and I wasn't even drinking or on any drugs. So my sister goes home, tells my parents, and I submit. I go, great. Please take me there. Because I hate you guys. You know, I just wasn't getting along with them anyways. I wasn't getting along with anyone. I was irritable. I was angry. I was mad. I was delusional. I only believed in my own little secret world, and I was going out all the time and just driving around in my manic flights of energy. And I thought this would be great because all the scientists up there would finally, maybe the CIA would tell them about me. And they would intercept. And that's where I would be taken to the CIA headquarters. And people would know who I was up there because I was someone special. I was special. See, that's the thing. I was so special. By the time I got up there and they wheelchaired me up to that room, I had brought everything of mine. I thought this was a glamorous vacation. I was so manic. I was actually excited to go to a mental hospital in a psychiatric ward. It sounded like a plush vacation. And I had gone on a manic shopping spree with my dad's credit card about, 2 days before and bought like this pair of jeans that I liked in every single fade and wash that they had, or a shirt that I liked in every color of the rainbow. And I'd gone up to the Chanel counter and they had this little light thing where you punch in your type of skin, and it showed me a whole skincare collection that was just right for me, and I said, I'll have it all. No questions, you know, asked. I just used his credit card. Probably racked up about $2,000 worth of stuff. Promiscuous clothing, just outrageous dresses that I would never, ever wear. But I was feeling good, and I thought I looked good, and I was headed for outer space. Headed for outer space, that's what I thought.